Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Weekend Big Show College Football Recap. Saturday night in central part of the United States. I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog, here with you, streaming live on Facebook, Facebook, Twitter, X, and YouTube. Joining me, as always, is my partner, Jeremy Schroeder, ruler of the airways and recent attendee of an OU tailgate and the OU defensive clampdown on the Missouri Tigers. Jeremy, I have proof that you were at today's game.
Oh yeah, I put that in. There it is. Yep.
Our good friend Marty Wandry there on the pick with you, and you guys were down at the tailgate, and Marty had some time to go to the game today because he's been done with football since last week, but a little dig at Marty. No, Marty, obviously you guys are exchanging back and forth on the text thread, and made it down there. And so now when you get to the tailgate for OU down in Norman, what is the, you're at a place north of Campus Corner. What's the egress time to go into the stadium?
Man. So it's about, I want to say about a quarter of a mile north of Campus Corner.
Yeah.
So you got to go through all of that. It's where Step Brothers is?
Not right offhand.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I think I know where. I think I saw on the map where you guys are at, the church where you guys are at. I can't remember. It's that big church north of Campus Corner, right?
The big, not McFarland, the other one.
Oh,
McFarland's the big one. No, this one's a little farther north than that.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit of a walk, but it's a good setup.
Yeah.
We're not leaving it anytime soon.
Good deal. Marty checking in with us here on the broadcast, and it has been an eventful day for OU fans and also OSU fans here on this Saturday, November 22nd in the year of our Lord 2025. And Thanksgiving's next weekend, so we will probably not do a Black Friday episode. Well, you know what? It depends. If you're free and I'm free Black Friday morning, we'll jump on and do a weekend big show. Then so LSU will be Saturday. I guess Texas and Texas A&M play Friday night, if I remember right. And then the Egg Bowl, is that Thanksgiving night?
I want to say it is.
Has been typically, I guess. I'll double check.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we will be we will play the weekend big show by ear, but if we don't do a weekend big show, we will definitely do a college football recap next Saturday. So just all kinds of opportunities to be on the air here upcoming. And we missed a weekend big show yesterday because I was on the road to Broken Bow, Oklahoma, made the trip down there for high school football. Did not come out the way we wanted to. The Weatherford Eagles fall 50-28 to the Broken Bow Savages. And remember this name, Jeremy. Graydon Howell.
Graydon
Howell. He's a quarterback, a junior for the Broken Bow Savages. I would be very surprised if he played quarterback, even had a shot at quarterback in the D1 level, just because he's not very tall. I think they had him listed at 5'10". I'd be surprised. But you talk about elusive, and the kid can fling it. I mean, he's got an arm, but
Let's see. 24/7 Sports has him at 5'11", 170.
At 5'11", I would be surprised, honestly. But maybe it was just out there amongst the hogs, and they had a big offensive line. But that kid's elusive. He can get out of the pocket and really make you pay, and hard to bring down. And so that's a name we will catch up with along the way as he'll turn a senior next year and probably start getting a lot of offers, at least to come on campus and be a slot receiver, something like that. I would think at the very least.
You would think if he's that good of an athlete, and good athletes in that part of the state.
There are, and they had some other players. They got a kid that's I think a D2 commit that's a linebacker, and it's like, what would the difference?
Okay.
I mean, you're 6'2".
So
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rivals has him listed as a 3-star.
Mhm.
52nd best quarterback in the country, 13th in Oklahoma.
Okay. So maybe he
Okay.
will get a crack at a D1 level as a quarterback. You know, it would be for an offense who like Rich Rod, somebody like that wants a definite run pass threat.
Somebody's going to spread it out and do a lot of quarterback run game.
So A&M. Maybe Mike Elko's going to
Maybe
travel
here.
up to Broken Bow.
Yeah.
They had another
Maybe.
kid. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
John
Oh,
Arnold
there's a lot of
Yeah.
Sooners should bring him in as a special teams playmaker. Special teams have been pretty good, John.
A lot of fair
Man,
catches, but well,
that's
and that's another
okay.
thing. This kid's a quarterback for Broken Bow, and he fields punts for him. So he ran one back on us. So but anyways, Weatherford finishes their season at 9-3, a really great season for the Eagles. They made it to the second round of the playoffs for the first time since 2019. That was the season I think they went to the championship, lost to Poto, I believe, and that would have been Ethan Downs's junior year, I think.
Okay.
So, anyways, but we made the trip down to Broken Bow, 5-hour drive, and got down there just in time to set up for the game. Stayed in Idabel overnight, and then drove home this morning. So I was out of
Ooh.
pocket for the first half of the OU game.
Yeah, you're feeling a little cooked, aren't you?
You know,
I'm right
I've
there
been
with
more
you.
energetic at times in my life for sure.
You think?
But I tell you who did have plenty of energy, and that is Brent Venables' defense. The Sooners defense clamped down on a very potent Missouri offense. You know, final 17-6, an 11-point lead, and you can't tell me even if they run the ball, it's let's see, what's four more? Let's see, so 12. You'd be talking about 29-6 if you just ran the ball enough to get into to field goal position four more times for the Sandell, the kicker. I mean,
Or are you?
they've got
Yeah.
offensive problems, bud.
You know how many times I yelled "Run the damn ball" from the south end zone mezzanine area? It's like they just don't want to. You know, I there are symptoms of them having a good offense. It's just they they can't handle success. You know, Mateer
Well,
was better in the pocket today. At least he hung in there a little bit more.
but
That's a damn good defense they played today too.
they are, and obviously they are very good up front, just like a lot of teams in the SEC, just like a lot of teams in that will be in the playoff. And
Yeah.
you know, OU's gonna. I mean, I'm sorry, OU's gonna have to play good next week.
Oh yeah, they are going to have to
I
play well
mean,
next week.
and
And we say
eventually,
that LSU's got their hands full with the Hilltoppers right now. Up 7-3 at halftime.
what channel you got that going on?
I believe that is on the SEC network.
Okay, I'll tell you this much: when I'm gonna put it on B, you keep it on that. I'll put it on BYU.
But it also feels like if they were still playing that game right now, Missouri's probably still not in the end zone.
Yeah, you give them two more quarters, and they're probably not going to do much else. Good comment here by John Arnold. Can we get a refund on Jaden Ott?
Wow. You know, of all days, I expected to see him. Today was the day, but I guess Xavier Robinson just said, "Put a damn brace on my knee. I'm getting out there."
So you figured with Barnes and Robinson being banged up that they would have given
Well,
Ott the
and
opportunity.
Blaylock has been a little
Yeah,
banged up
Corey
too.
Blaylock. Sorry.
I figured that, yeah, because Barnes, I don't even think he's suited today. But today would have been the day I expected to see him. But I think that they have, I think they've completely given up on him.
12 carries for
Understandably so.
Yeah, 12 carries for 42 yards for Xavier Robinson, 3.5 yard average. He had a long of 6, and then Mateer 18 of 60 on the ground, 3.3 yards per carry. And then I guess also they used Robinson out of the backfield, 4 catches for 16 yards. I mean,
He's a good receiver.
those are extended running plays. That's all that
Yeah.
is.
You know, if he just had a little bit of wiggle,
Yeah.
but he doesn't.
It looks to me like his stock and trade is finding the hole when the hole's kind of adjusting. Is that safe to
Yeah,
say?
and then just leaning on people because he weighs 240
Well,
pounds.
that too, but I mean, a big guy still has to, like, kind of gauge where the lineman's leading a player in.
And I think I finally saw Arbuckle's frustration with Mateer boil over today
Really?
because the play before the 87-yard touchdown to Isaiah Sutania, they ran the exact same play, and Mateer completely missed the read. So he called it again,
Yeah. I
and
heard
then
that. I
they
heard
just sent
that
him to
on
the
the
house.
radio. I listened to and I heard the incomplete on the radio, and you could sense it in the play-by-play voice too. And
Yeah,
then and then next thing you know, they're all fired up on the touchdown.
that was the most surreal touchdown. It's like it happened, and like, is he gonna score? Oh, okay. Oh, it's on TV right now. Because it was all the way on the other end, like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
Hey, we're ahead.
Well, Tennessee handling business with Florida, and that's down at was that Ben Walker Stadium, I think it is.
Now, is that the swamp? No,
Yeah,
that's
that's the
in
swamp.
where? Okay.
20 It was 28-3 or 28-0 earlier. North Texas
Yeah.
is on ESPNU. They're taking on Rice, 9-1 North Texas. We mentioned on Twitter Caleb Hawkins, former North Rock Creek player, and he's been featured a whole bunch on College Football Final. And there he goes again. I think he got down to the goal line on a carry. So just an amazing running back. I would imagine if OSU goes after the North Texas coach, he would be bringing the North Texas running back with him.
Could
Just
he
a guess.
possibly bring the North Texas quarterback with him?
That's a possibility too. And they
You
and
know,
that guy just scored. So
I was, I was kind of looking at the scores today, and Oklahoma State was ahead. I was like, oh, they
yeah,
might win one today. No,
yeah.
they didn't win.
No,
Good
field
Lord.
goal with about a minute left
Are
gave
they
the
done
Tigers.
yet?
They've got one more week, and then
Oof.
they'll obviously be announcing any potential real
Oh,
coach.
and they've got Iowa State next week. Ooh,
Yeah, is that on the road or is that here? I forget.
that is in Stillwater.
Okay, boy, very fortunate for them not to have their final two games on the road, because I would bet if that were in Ames, I mean, nothing against Pokes Nation, but I would bet that would be lightly attended by the OSU faithful.
Yeah, well, Iowa State travels. They may fill that stadium.
They could. They'll you know. All right. So back on OU, Isaiah Satania, 3 catches, 109 yards, 87 of that, on one play.
It just
Jaron
seems like
Canick,
they need to
Jaron
figure
Canick
out
made a
ways.
great, huh?
They need to figure out ways to get Satania the ball. But yes, Jaron Canick, go.
He made one play there in the second half, got a first down that I thought was really impressive. He juked.
That one up the sideline.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he showed he's got some wiggle. So, but yeah, I mean, John Arnold brings up a good question. I mean, what's the course with Jaden Ott? I mean, are you just going to send him? You know,
What can you do with the kid?
I don't
I
know.
mean, it looked like he just came here for a payday at this point.
He played well enough in 2023, I guess, to at Cal to get one, and then we were the dumb buyers that bought in. So.
Yeah.
And right now, I mean, are you going to tell me that everybody feels really great about the bag that they gave Mateer to come here?
They probably will after next year. If you
Maybe,
make the playoff this year, you can't feel too bad about it because somebody was going to pay him and they probably weren't going to go to the playoff.
maybe. I don't know. I mean, with that kind of
I,
defense,
I,
and Michael Hawkins, at least some ability to run the ball. I know that frustrates.
who was the leading rusher in today's game against the number one rush defense of the
Who would have
SEC?
had more yards because he's a faster runner?
Yeah, he probably would have thrown 9 interceptions too.
I don't know.
I'm just of the opinion that Oklahoma could win a national championship, and Oklahoma fans will find something to bitch about.
No, I think when they win a natty, everybody's pretty on board. The thing
No,
is,
no, no,
I
no.
mean, we've gone to playoffs back when it was the traditional 4 playoff format and had one side of the ball that just never showed up with regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to the Sugar Bowl in 03 offense, which had been racking up numbers, got figured out by Saban and the rest of the world. 04, same same trip with Pete Carroll. A defensive coach just goes in there and browbeats, I guess, was that Chuck Long or Kevin Wilson?
That would have been.
I think it was Chuck Long.
I think it was Chuck Long.
So in 08, Kevin Wilson takes a great squad down there with the Heisman Trophy winner, and then the defense can't stop Tim Tebow in the second half, and we can't put up enough points in the first.
Percy
But then,
Harvin took that game over.
yeah, he did. And then, but also it just showed we didn't have the studs on the offensive side that we thought we had. Of course, we were without DeMarco Murray. So anyway, all that to say is, hey, making the playoff in Brent's fourth year, outstanding. Get the win next week, get in. I guess they're likely hosting.
They will if they finish 10-2. It's likely that we'll see how much the committee wants to protect Notre Dame, because they want to protect Notre Dame.
Yeah, the ACC.
So,
I mean, they're kind of an ACC auxiliary when you look at it, and the ACC is just ass. I mean,
so is Notre Dame's schedule. So
yeah,
the not having to play such a difficult schedule, having to go to Neyland, having to go to Bryant-Denny, and then coming home playing a good Missouri team in 4 weeks?
mm-hmm.
3 out of the 4 weeks you're playing.
Oh yeah, it's
ranked teams.
Yeah,
and they're SEC games. They're all tough games. I mean, that's got to mean something more than who did they beat Syracuse today?
Oh yeah, 60-0, I think, or something like
70-7. It was 70-7.
All right.
I mean, that's got to be more than, but it's Notre Dame, and
well, I mean,
got to have those gold helmets in there somewhere.
I mean, they roll into Fayetteville when Arkansas still had a coach,
mm-hmm.
and hang 50?
I think it was 56,
13 or something.
56 on it. Yeah, it was ugly.
And really dominated them defensively. Now you have an Arkansas team rolls into Texas, and I'm just using Texas as an example. They lose their quarterback, but they still managed to put up 14, 15 points, something.
They scored 37 points today.
Okay, so yeah.
It was 52-37. It was a strange score.
Sure. So obviously maybe Kwiatkowski takes the breaks off a little bit late, whatever the case. But so let me ask you this. So would Notre Dame hinder OU in hosting a playoff game?
Let's see. Trying to think, it was Georgia Tech. They weren't even up there. So
no, I don't think they were after the.
They were 9-1, and right now they're down 35-14 to Pitt.
Yeah.
So you're going to have the ACC champ who won't host. You're going to have a group of 5 who won't host. So you need you need to get in the top 8. I mean, you got to be 5, 6, 7, or 8 to host.
So do you need? Go ahead.
What data point does Notre Dame have that would jump them in front of Oklahoma that Oklahoma doesn't have in spades?
Sure.
Besides, okay, they have a good offense, but who's
their best win this season?
Who's their best win? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And USC got beat today at Autzen, so they'll drop back a couple spots.
And Missouri stay ranked by the end of the season? Who do they have next week?
Oh man,
they'll drop out this week, but
yeah, they probably will drop. I mean, it's a close game on the road. Oklahoma covered. It was only 5.5. It was 5.5 points at 5 a.m. when I got up this morning, and then it moved back to 6.5.
They've got Arkansas next week.
Yeah, they got Arkansas next
week. That would put them at 8. That would put them at 8-4 on the season. They go too fast.
Yeah. And another thing, this late in the season, you should probably, if you beat a team that's number 20 and they drop out, that should count as a ranked win late in the season.
Oh,
they've got a body of work.
Yeah. Marty, what is impressive is this defense is playing lights out without R. Mason Thomas in the last 2 games. Yeah, that is Taylor Wine, the transfer
Marvin Jones
from Florida State.
Marvin Jones Jr. He caused that interception today. Got a hand on that ball.
But I'll say
Jacoby
this.
Johnson, man. Jacoby Johnson had a beautiful pick today. That was a true ball don't lie moment after that horrible targeting penalty.
A lot of people upset on the text thread about that. Watching the replay, it looked like it was there. I mean, I would, if that happens to an OU player, we're screaming for it. So, I mean, call it soft.
I mean,
call it what you want.
His hands were up.
Well, I mean, top of his helmet hit the guy's face mask. I don't know. So, anyways, but regardless, that was a great play. But something else I was about to say is, Taylor Wine and Jones and those guys. You think about the benefit they have with David Stone and Dominic Williams and Grayson Halton and who's the other
baby
Jackson, or is he out?
No, Jackson played today.
Okay,
and
you've got those four guys rotate.
Strong.
Who's that?
Marcus Strong's playing a lot.
So I mean, it works really well together, and it's funny today they were giving great credit to Miguel Chavis, and when I talked to Ethan Downs 2-3 years ago, interviewed him, he was really on the Chavis bandwagon. That was his guy, and those dudes love that guy.
Hey, production don't lie. That guy can coach.
Yeah,
every one of his guys plays hard with motor, passionate. They play. But all those guys coming off the edge have been really, really good this year. Sure. Marvin Jones was just kind of a guy that he just didn't seem like he wanted to work hard, and then he's here and he's productive.
Yeah,
I think he knows how to get in those guys' heads and find something.
Kendall Daniels, I think, also had a decent day, at least tackle.
Heineke had 10 tackles.
Yeah, Owen Heineke, and then, like I said, Grayson Halton. Cortland Guillory, that guy, I mean, give him his due. He's going to be that guy in the secondary.
He really is. True freshman playing like that.
And Boganowski would really be nice to see. So Powers is out for the first half next week.
Yep. So you're going to see a lot of the boogeyman.
Okay. Well, that is one area where they can afford, if you have to lose somebody, you don't want to, but if you're going to lose them for half, that's probably the place.
Yeah.
And we've seen that with our Mason Thomas, the original question there.
I know. And our Mason Thomas missed that first half of the Auburn game. And he's missed the last two games. At least he, it's nice that he can have a couple weeks to, it'll be 3 weeks now. So, he might be able to go this weekend. That'd be cool.
Maybe nice. Save him for a playoff game. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. You got to get this win.
Yeah. All right.
This one matters more than any of them.
Yeah. Jaron Canick, 2 catches for 24 yards. His long was 17. I think that was the one we were talking about up the sideline. You said it in a nutshell. You were screaming it from the south end zone, run the ball. And
got to run it.
Running the ball is so interesting because we say this all the time, is you may not have the success early that you want, but if you stick with it, it's going to be there. I mean, what part of the equation do these offensive coordinators get? Do they not get?
Well, we had such an interesting dichotomy today. We had one team who couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
Missouri. And one team that just flat refused to run it. It's like, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, we got 4 yards on first down. It's 3rd and 2. Fade route.
Yeah, that was
run the daggum ball. Yeah, listen, man, you put a 240-pound running back at any level of football and give him 20 carries. Those guys are going to get tired of hitting him
by the third
quarter. They're not going to be.
Yeah.
All those guys named Unity. They look great.
Marky Laundry, the guy that had a hell of a game was Unity. He was all over the place making
everywhere. There were 22 of them out there.
I kind of took exception with one of our Texas Tech allies, Flatland Sports. He was talking about renewal of a rivalry, and they wear those ass uniforms. And
it's.
I called him out and said,
It's. Go ahead. It's just that silly.
I called him out and said, same. What do you got going there, bud?
I'm just moving some stuff around so I can put this microphone down.
I said, same team that mimicked Texas's icy whites on your biggest home game in history, and he kind of he kind of bowed out, but he did make a good point. I swear, Jeremy, a couple of times I looked down and said, "Are we playing Wyoming?"
Right, yeah.
I mean, those were terrible unis that Missouri rolled out.
At least roll out where there with the gold helmet, that's
Yeah,
but all white, come on,
yeah,
guys,
that was
with the
pretty
big
bad.
Michigan M on it.
Big banana. But anyway, so Michael Busso checking in, saying good evening. Thank you,
Goose.
Bruce. Well, and so looking at the landscape, Oklahoma State, as we mentioned, just a heartbreaker of a game for them. They go to Orlando, they take on Scott Frost and the Knights of Central Florida, 1-10 on the season, and they host Iowa State, as Jeremy mentioned. But it looked like Zane Flores and Gavin Freeman were starting to make a connection. They had 2 first half touchdowns, one passing, one rushing. Flores gets the 6-yard score, but you're on the road and your defense, I mean, probably limiting Central Florida to 17 is really, not a bad job for what they've had, been doing so far this season. But that's just gut wrenching to see them drop that one on the road.
Yeah. When Gundy was fired, we talked about this. I didn't see any wins left on the schedule. Today they had a winnable game, and they're just not a good football team. They don't have
Oh,
any depth. It's guys down the roster guys going out there every week, and God bless them, they're playing hard, but
oh, sure. You
it
owe it to those kids to let them know how much you appreciate them sticking it out and putting on those colors and going out and playing.
yeah, man. What they need to announce a coach soon, just to get some excitement in the
Yeah.
fan base, because
Well,
I'm
is
telling you, there's none right now.
I saw some headline about Zach Robinson earlier in the week, and I don't know if there's any real scutterbutt about that, or if he's a viable candidate. It's alum with an offensive coordinator pedigree in the NFL. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know that he would come back to the college game and take that, but I don't know. I don't know who they can get at this
Yeah.
point.
What kind of contract do you think they offer the next guy? Incentive laden, short term thing, or they go balls to the wall and try to
You
lock
gotta go
the guy long term?
you've gotta kinda fall in line with what everyone else is doing, don't you?
You would
I
think, but I mean,
y I don't think you can go 7 years. I think you could probably go 5.
yeah.
Now 7,000,000 a year, does that seem too much?
I would just think, yeah. I mean, honestly, well, of course, I mean, they, how many
It
times
depends
they
on who
talk.
you get, right?
Yeah, it depends. Urban's down in Florida tonight, working the crowd to get them. They want him to come back.
Ugh,
They're honoring
yeah.
him, I guess, at halftime. Dan
Oh, they're
Narma
honoring him.
checking in from Michigan.
Man, that was a rough one today, Dan.
Dan said, "I know another team like that, Jeremy Hoops Heaven last night, and football hell today for the boys from East Lansing." Yeah, that Dan was giving us the play-by-play on that one, and that really sucks for Sparty. I mean,
Yeah, I checked in on that game, when I was at the OU game, and, it's like, "Oh, they're probably gonna get them an upset today," but
yeah.
dang.
Is OU the Iowa of the SEC?
That's kinda. I
Yeah,
mean, I wouldn't argue with that.
yeah.
The thing is Iowa's offense was so boring and there weren't plays to be made out there.
Mhm.
There's plays to be made all over the field
Yeah,
with Arbuckle's offense. They just gotta hit them.
yeah. Um, Interesting score from the ACC, Jeremy. SMU just boat races Louisville, the same Louisville team that skull drug Miami on their home field. SMU a viable candidate to win the ACC.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
would
they're
that be
as
a
viable as
potential?
anybody else.
As a champion, would they have to? They wouldn't have to travel. Yeah, they would have to travel for their
Yeah.
first round game.
It's a new yeah, they would have to travel
Yeah,
because they'd be in that, 9 through 12 seating.
yeah,
So, yeah, hey, Clemson won the ACC last year. They got to go play in Austin.
Has there ever been a December game of any sort at Owen Field? I would
No,
imagine not.
I don't recall any.
I mean, yeah, because even the Big 12 championship or the conference, since there's
It
been a
was
conference champions, it's always been the first weekend of December.
right. And the years they only had 10 teams and didn't have a conference championship game, that thing was usually decided well before. So,
Ricky Rodriguez checking in says, "Morning, fellas. Y'all are barely waking up." I feel like it's been a long morning. I mean,
oh, I
honestly,
know. I
no,
know. It 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm a little
yeah.
snippy right now. I'm
We
tired.
we were out of Idabel by 7:30, 7:45, which was pretty early for us, but none of us wanted to spend a majority, chunk of the day, into the daytime as much as we could on the road. But thanks, Ricky Rodriguez, for checking in, one of Marty's fellow Clinton Red Tornadoes. And then Dan Narva said the offense would not give the defense a chance. So I don't know. You like to think that you saw things from Mateer earlier in the season that he could compound, but also maybe, the play calling. And I tell you who I feel bad for is the receivers, because I mean, they're not a heralded bunch already, and they're getting absolutely no help from their quarterback, right?
Well, I mean, he's got to slow down. Ever since that thumb,
Mhm,
the game just seems way too fast for him. That thumb affected him more mentally than it did physically because he was playing great
mhm,
in that second half against Auburn.
yeah,
And ever since then, it's like he's tentative. When he does go through his reads and stay in the pocket, he's indecisive. I mean, at least he's running the football better. That's a big thing for him is being able to run the football. But I mean, there were things I saw today where it looked like he's probably turning that corner.
yeah.
At least, making decisive throws, getting downhill with the run game, staying in the pocket. It's just got to come together, and we're
If
heading
they
into
make a playoff, what's how easy or how difficult will it be for a team to scout him?
what do you scout? What do you do? Well, you look at the first 3 or 4 games, or do you look at the end of the season?
Yeah.
This is what he could do. This is what he's been doing. We have no idea what this guy's going to do now.
Mm.
He's
Yeah.
very. He was a little bit erratic against Temple, and but I thought he got that out of his system because they played. I guess they played Auburn that next week, and he played well,
Yeah.
especially after the thumb injury.
Mhm.
Which is weird because he broke his thumb and then played great for a half, went on the shelf for a little bit, he comes back and he's just got a bag of cats in his head.
Mhm. Tulsa gets a 26-25 win over Army today on the road at West Point, and
Way to support the troops,
that puts the
Army.
Golden Hurricane at 4-7 on the season. And I would say this: they will. Looks like they will wrap up next week with UAB. Did you see the story that a UAB player stabbed 2 of his teammates this morning before the dang game?
I saw the headline, I didn't,
I
read it. I
didn't.
thought that
Yeah,
was a
I didn't see the
basketball.
names, but
I thought that was basketball.
oh, was it?
I think hang on, let me go to oh, wait. Let's see. Player arrested after stabbing 2 teammates. Yeah, it was a football player.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wow.
So they had an injury report. Corey Milliner and Caleb Brown were both questionable. Are you questionable after you get stabbed, or could it be somebody else?
Well, they're in stable condition. They couldn't put that on the injury report.
What a bizarre thing. I mean,
Questionable,
you know, what
stable.
what kind of player was was old what's his face the do nothing quarterback recruiting? Who was that guy?
Let's see.
Trent Dilfer. Yeah.
Trent Dilfer.
Hmm.
Let's see. We had Daniel Mincy, 6'4", 310. pound freshman offensive lineman from Pompano Beach, Florida.
Hmm. Well, I hope Trey
Hmm.
Lamb has his team ready and wearing maybe some Kevlar or something next week when when they take on the Blazers, because it could get a little hectic if you're not careful.
Get some of those stab proof clothing.
Yeah, they're coming to Tulsa, so that will be, if Tulsa goes 5-7 on this season, that's a pretty dang good job by Trey Lamb. 'Cause
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't think Kevin
definitely.
Wilson left him a ton.
No, no, and that is a tough job. You got to have
Mhm.
all that energy.
Yeah.
That's a young man's job, and
Does a
anybody that was any good that was on that roster last year hit the portal.
Does a 5-7 record give him an escort up to a better job? That's the question.
I don't believe so. It'd be a little quick. He's been a
Yeah.
head coach all of one season.
Yeah. So anyways, OU will host Louisiana State University next week. Or as an OU fan who attends the games, Jeremy, are you going to give them the same treatment that they would receive, that we would receive in Baton Rouge?
I mean, you would always hope that would happen, but no, no, we'll be nice. I was even nice to Missouri fans. I told myself I wasn't going to be, but I was.
Well,
It's just, it's the way we are. We're
here's the
just,
thing: traveling fans are way different than home fans.
yes,
You know, if
it's,
there will be an element next week of LSU fans that are just good here for the good time, and
did,
think about the boon that the bars are going to have next weekend.
oh my goodness. Well, you remember the Michigan fan that got the living snot beat out of him in the southeast corner of the stadium this year.
Mhm.
I guess he forgot where he was, and we're nice, but you be nice back.
Yeah, it can definitely happen. Feel free to give us your comments on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter X. We want to hear from you and tell us what you thought about today's game or games. Nebraska trailing Penn State 37-10.
Ooh,
Matt Rule, woo,
man,
no better way to X out a guy from a coaching search than to go to bring him into your
he
house and
signed
beat
an
the crap out of him.
extension. He
Yeah,
signed
look
an
what it did
extension.
for
He'll
him.
be fine. I know, right?
I mean, I'm sorry. I've wanted that guy to have, you know, pretty good success, and it is just not happening. But they are first and goal at the 8 now. Uh, Big one with Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech, as Jeremy mentioned earlier. 35-14 Pitt leads in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, and Tech has a 4th and 9 from their own 44 right now. So, and then Florida is down 31-0 in the third to Tennessee at home. And Western Kentucky, Maverick MacGyver, baby. I don't know if he's playing tonight, but that is his squad, and it is not. Wait, hold on. Let me
Oh,
see here.
it's got to be Maverick.
Nope. I think he's been hurt, and I don't follow Western
Okay.
Kentucky that much, but they've got they've got a quarterback. Let's see, Rodney Tisdale, and so MacGyver, I think, has been out. But anyway,
Hmm.
so just a dog fight for the Bayou Bengals at home against the Hilltoppers. So that one is pretty early. Well, no, it's early in the third quarter, 7-3. So
And Michael Van Buren Jr. is the
15 of
quarter.
26 for 143, a touchdown and an interception.
So is Nuss hurt? Is he just done? I mean, what's going on with him?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And what you just look at it, you say, what is it that what is it that they? I mean, you think about the expectations, and not just for Brian Kelly, but for LSU football overall, and what they were expected. I mean, they were a front runner to potentially win the whole damn conference.
I know, and it just, I mean, they're 6-4. They're going to a bowl game, but just awful, awful.
So they
You
could
know,
be
Brian,
7-4 rolling into Norman. If they lost that, they'd be 7-5. So 6-5, and
you think about the circumstances when Brian Kelly took that job.
coming
You
off
know,
Edo's AWOL.
well, Notre Dame was in the playoff that year.
Mm-hmm.
He takes the LSU job because he can't win championships at Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Well, Marcus Freeman's doing pretty daggone good,
played in the final last year.
and Kelly has not sniffed the playoffs since he's
Yeah,
been
you
at
know,
LSU.
and it's that thing we talk about fit. And this is, if I were friends with Lane Kiffin, this is what I'd tell him. First, number one, you're a douche. But secondly, is you've got to go where you think you're going to fit. I I
Well,
I could see him fitting at Florida better than I could see him fitting at LSU. I don't know who LSU can go out and get, but I mean, I guess they brought in Saban from Michigan State, and if you run the program the way you want it ran, I guess no matter your origins, and I guess they've had the guy who felt like a perfect feel, and he just decided he was going to feel other things, but just
go
I
Tigers.
don't know. Go Tigers. You
Go
know,
Tigers.
but I mean, I'd be interested in some of our listeners' takes on this. Who would
Les
be a
Miles
good
was a
fit?
good fit there,
He did okay. I mean,
and he's a Michigan man
yeah, he was a Michigan man, but
and a serial philanderer and
and a guy who doesn't report sexual harassment,
sure,
so you can't go
and a
there.
guy who probably had multiple meetings with HR.
Yeah. Michael Busso mentioned that Dylan Raiola is a big piece missing from that Nebraska offense. That is very true. But boy, I mean, your defense giving up 37 so far to that Penn State team, who's also without their starting quarterback. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
that
That's
ain't
bad on
good.
that rule. Glad he got
Eh,
the ink dried on his contract. So
Let's see. Dan is checking in. Seems if Kelly is stuck around Notre Dame, the support would have come. Yeah, because it's there.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Freeman's getting support, and
Did
they were in
he
the playoff last year. They're probably going to be in it this year.
did he bail uh
He
right as
bailed.
NIL was really kind of becoming commonplace, common practice?
This was his third season
Was it?
at LSU.
I mean, and by that I mean, remember when NIL first started,
Yeah.
happening, you had like the $50,000 that the Texas offensive lineman would get
Mhm.
from the collective down there, and that took me aback. But then to me, it's just advanced so much further than even that. And, did he just see, you know, dollar signs BCS down there in Baton Rouge, or did I mean,
I
yes,
mean,
you can recruit elite talent to LSU.
oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's always one of the places where you're going to see just studs everywhere on the field.
Yeah.
They got boosters with deep pockets. And apparently they're sneaky with how they fire people because they just sent him his letter of termination, what, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Formal letter
Well,
of termination.
it works both directions. I used to say when I was a police officer in Oklahoma City, I may put in for a transfer, I may put in for something, and until I have a piece of paper showing me, that I've got it, I'm not making a move. I'm not expecting it. So uh,
No,
maybe that's how LSU runs.
but if you're Lane Kiffin, and I know you don't like Lane personally, I think he's good for the game. He might be a douche, but he's an instigator. He's like Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah.
But he's got a job now where got a cramp. He's got a job right now where he's wildly successful.
Yeah.
I mean, Ole Miss is not one of the traditional big time winning programs.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the pressure on him. He can make a lot of money there. He's putting together good rosters. He can make a run there pretty much every year. They're not going to fire him.
Yeah.
They'll fire his ass at LSU.
Yeah,
for
but
what
I
he's
mean,
doing
he's
now
also
because it ain't good enough down there.
I mean, all those reasons you just listed are all the reasons I don't see him saying,
Exactly.
I mean, he wants the spotlight, he wants the glamour,
I know.
he wants the notoriety. He's that shallow. He's pure evil.
Well,
I
and you
looked
can
into his
I
eyes.
don't
He's pure evil.
I don't I don't think he's pure evil, but um
Seinfeld reference. Thank you.
this would be the first time he hasn't failed up.
Yeah, and that's I had our producer on the football broadcast, Chad Gray. We were talking about it today on the way back, and I sit there and I was trying to piecemeal the timeline because he was the one fired on the tarmac, right?
Yes.
Coming back from UW or
Yes.
Oregon, one of those two,
He
and
was fired on the tarmac.
yeah, so
And he took over USC when they were crippled by probation
yeah, and then did
after
did Sarkisian follow him there?
I believe so.
Sarkisian
And it
was
was
directly after
Sarkeesian,
him.
then Helton. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that
Well,
sounds
I
right.
mean, so, talk about a program trying to grab onto the glory days. But he and I was and I found myself really explaining the failed up concept with him. And okay, dad's a renowned defensive coordinator. You're born on third base in essence in the coaching world. Um,
Mhm.
is that Black Panther there next to you?
It is. It's my daughter's. It just
Okay,
happens to be in here right now for some reason.
cool. Well, you are into the Marvel movies, so good for you. But no, I mean, and I sit there and as I kind of grazed over his career, I just thought failed up was the first thing that I came up with to explain it. And but I think honestly, Jeremy, once you
If
once
someone
once
ever
you go
asks
to
you,
the once you go to the Nick Saban rehab for wayward coaches, your pathway's glossed.
well, didn't work out for Mike Stoops, but if anybody ever asks you to explain the concept of failing up, just two words: Cliff Kingsbury.
That's probably the
Yep.
case study.
Yep. I
Yep.
mean, hey, he knows Mike Leach's offense. Hey, he had Johnny Manziel as making him a head coach. Hey, he sucks as a head coach in college. Let's hire him as a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah. And
Yep.
really, it kind of worked for Kevin. What was his name that was at OU? Then went to A&M. Kevin
Kevin Sumlin.
Sumlin. All
Yep.
that stuff that all the offense that went on at OU, and then he gets the A&M job, and then just wasn't ready, I guess. But I
Well,
don't
if you
know.
had Johnny Manziel, you have a cheat code. You don't really have to.
No, you don't.
He is the system.
Hey, Jeremy, we've got 38 viewers, it says right here on the program. So happy
Would you
Saturday
look at
night to
that?
all those folks. We will, keep talking here for a little while longer. Michael Busso said, is it Ohio State, Indiana for the Big Ten championship? Uh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Oregon
that's
can't pass Indiana, can they?
no, they've got him head to head.
Yeah. Indiana, Ohio State still undefeated. So Texas gets the big win over Arkansas today, and I know our friend Connor wasn't able to join us, our resident Arkansas fan. But I'll say this: for whatever was going on early in the season with Arch Manning, they have remedied that. And if it's just a matter of just I mean, I'll give the kid credit; he can move the pocket.
Yeah.
And then he's able to fire, on the run. So they're seeing some things. Granted, he didn't do anything last week against Georgia, really. Nothing of significance. But then, today he just lights up a really dilapidated Arkansas defense. So kudos to him. Having said that, they're gonna boat race A&M. I know this in my bones.
Why do you know this in your bones?
Because that's just I've watched college football for 40 plus years, Jeremy. This Texas team, and did you see my tweet earlier this week?
When
I
they
retweeted.
come running out of that giant uterus in the end zone with those beautiful white helmets, there's just no stopping them.
Did And Arva says, I think you're right, Chuck, on the timing. It's bad. It's just bad.
And that's I just don't care. I don't. I don't like A&M. I mean, I
Well,
think Elko's
I like
probably a
A&M
heck of a
a
coach.
ton better than Texas. I can watch A&M win and be okay with it. I want Texas to lose every single game they play. I hate them that bad. I
You
despise them.
got your white pants on down there?
No, I do not. Thank you. But I mean,
Yeah.
earlier in the week, Kyle
It would.
Umlang, who's a very high followed Texas tweeter, I think he put something about this will be the year that the best team in A&M history will roll into DKR and get beat by a crap Texas team, and I just retweeted it. I said never change, Horns, and that is the whole unless A&M's defense can go in there and do a little more than what OU's defense was able to do against Arch. I would be surprised if Marcel Reed has a game like he had in South Bend against that. They'll be it's just motivation.
Yeah. And there were Texas fans 10 years ago that would have sold their children for 9-3.
Oh yeah. You
But
think
it's a
all
crap.
those people that had season tickets during the Vodka Tom era would well now I guess they did they have any 10-win
Charlie Strong.
seasons?
Yes, the year of the infamous "We're back."
Yeah. So
By
they were in the Big 12
by
championship and ended up with their bowl that season, I think, winning 10, right?
by the TBI survivor. Traumatic brain injury.
Poor Is he still on roster with Indiana?
I don't know. He's probably throwing bricks off a freeway overpass right now.
All right, so Texas gets the 52-37 win over Arkansas, and Bobby Petrino not quite wielding the magic wand that Arkansas faithful thought he would when he was handed the reins. Taylon Green got hurt in that one, and then the backup came in, and he just was not great. But
they just don't play any defense, and they haven't all season.
Texas obviously pulled out the Philly special because there was a pass from Livingstone to Arch Manning for 4 yards. So they had to go trickeration against the Hogs.
Well, better get it out of the system before they got A&M. Yeah, apparently they're going to win by 50.
I'm telling you, that's
should I take Texas in the pick 'em?
What's the spread on that already?
Because I'm not gonna. So stop asking.
So Notre Dame 70-7 over Syracuse in the Battle of I-10 to Mexico State. The Aggies get the win over my Miners 34-31. I support Mexico State as well, and you and Connor can go suck it and screw your Juarez cartel jokes and stuff. Oh man,
it's got to be some nice NIL money. Is it just bands of hundos?
There's a lot of shaking. We used to call them shakings back in the day. You would take drug money and shake it to find the drug residue that fell onto butcher paper that you could submit for testing and show that it was drug money. And then they do a study and find out, well, almost every bill in the United States has drugs on it.
So the UTEP scandal, is that a real thing?
No, that was from a parody account.
Okay, because I read it and I thought it was funny, but I didn't do any research.
Yeah, I think in this day and time, and this is how I'm going to prepare myself to deal with scammers as I age, is anything that says Centel, I think is just pure parody.
Well, NBA Centel is Adrian Wojnarowski's burner.
Oh,
he's not wrong. He's just early.
He's just early. Busso said A&M is a beast. Dan Narvis says he just saw James Franklin on the screen. Thoughts on the hire?
That's a great hire for Tech.
I think for Virginia Tech, that is outstanding. And really,
that'd be a good hire for anybody.
Yeah.
He's a good coach.
I think I heard it explain, Penn State was hitting the 9 and 10 win seasons, but couldn't get over the hump in the Big Ten. Virginia Tech would sell a firstborn or give away a kidney for 9 wins, to be back in that realm that Frank Beamer had him in.
And where does Penn State get this sense of entitlement? Like they've ripped off natty after natty. I think Joe Pye had 2, and is that it?
Yeah, and the last
Okay.
one he won was against Miami, wasn't it?
Was it Tennessee? No, they beat Tennessee in '85. Was it Miami? It might have been Miami.
No, they beat
Was it
Miami in
against Vinny?
'86.
Yeah,
That was the Fatigues game at the Fiesta Bowl.
and Vinny threw all those interceptions?
Yeah. So
Okay.
'86 was the last
Yeah.
time they won a national title, and that was I would have been a junior in high school that year.
Yeah, yeah, I was in the 6th grade.
So, I mean, and I'm sitting there thinking about how OU hasn't won one in 25 years, and then, like you said, you've got teams that have either never won it or, uh, you know, really even longer than that. But I think where it comes from, Jeremy, and any of our listeners, feel free to kind of let us know what you think. I think when you fill up a stadium with 100,000 people, you just automatically believe you're a blue blood.
Yeah, and there's not that many of them around.
No, and Tennessee's one, for example. I mean, they've won one, what, 2 years before OU did, 98?
Oh, they won at '98 with T.
Yeah.
Martin.
But they hadn't been to the last year's playoff was the last time they've been in any form of a playoff.
Yeah, they wandered in the desert for a long time after they got rid of Phil
Mhm.
Fulmer.
Well, they weren't that great with him in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
you would think at a program that hasn't really, won that was their 2nd program national title,
yeah.
you give them some grace, but
Dan
it's
Narvis
not.
says both Penn State and Nebraska had delusions of ruling the Big Ten when they came in. Uh, Probably so. I think that's a correct statement. Penn State's been in a long time,
Yeah,
right?
and there's no shame in not being able to dethrone Ohio State. I mean, do you see the guys that Ohio State
Oh,
has
yeah.
playing on Sundays?
I mean,
I
they
mean,
are wide receiver. Well, I don't know. LSU's wide receiver U, but Ohio State's
are they
a
though?
very clear,
I
a very
mean,
close second.
it it might be a 1A.
Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that.
I mean, and just offensive linemen historically good,
Mhm.
running backs historically good. Not so much on the QBs.
No, they're
They've
not.
missed on some QBs. They let a guy named Joe Burrow transfer away from him because he wasn't getting playing time.
Yeah.
He
I
turned
would
out
say
okay.
I would say with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors. I mean, that's just who's on rosters right now, and then you throw
You
in
should
who was the one-handed catch guy that couldn't land with a team, or couldn't stay with a team.
OBJ,
Oh, yeah, oh, Odell Beckham
Odell
Jr.
Beckham,
Yeah, and then, Jarvis Landry was a
Jarvis
cat,
Landry. Yeah.
um, a lot of them, and that's fine, but no, Ohio State, I mean, they have changed the game. Now, having said that, Michigan, you know, has browbeat them for however many seasons, but, um, you know, I would imagine there'll be a reckoning on that one this season.
One would hope, but don't look now. Michigan's 9-2.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go ahead. And one of those
Jeez.
losses is to Oklahoma. Let's go ahead
Yep.
and look at our Yahoo Pick'em League. And Jeremy,
Do
unless
we
there's
have
some
to?
late night games that just really okay, I'm in double digits. I've got 10 out of
I
25.
don't.
Last week I had 9, I think.
There it is. Last time I looked, I only had 8. Not having a great week.
No. Florida State, Jeremy, 21-11 loss to the NC State Wolfpack. I might would have locked that one earlier in the week. The opposite
Let's
way.
see. I picked Pitt. It looks like they're going to cover. So there's 9. Huh?
So Miami can't cover against the
I mean,
Hokies.
yeah, I picked Pitt. So that's
I got
yeah.
I got Iowa State. They covered against the
Where's that
Jayhawks.
score?
I took Mizzou to cover the 7.5.
Mm.
Ponies covered the 2.5 that I had on them in a big way. I got Tulsa. I got App State. Duke, and Sparty. I had Sparty covering the 16.5. Vanderbilt won for me. Texas won for me. TCU and New Mexico. And I've still got games out right now. So I could, if Tech ain't going to cover that. They're not going to come back and cover that 2.5. Not with 7 minutes left. I need Illinois to get going against Wisconsin, and they're losing 17-10. I've got Tennessee, and I need Arizona State to start pulling away from Colorado, and then I could come away with close. There's a chance I could end up with 14-15 if it.
Yeah,
falls.
there's not a chance I could. It's
None.
week picking.
Well,
None.
okay.
I started off so well, and then it just
boy, ACC games are just like kryptonite to me.
See, because I won't pick OU, so I always pick whoever's playing OU.
Yeah, I picked Missouri pretty much every season.
Yeah, I started off 4-1. Picked SMU, Iowa State, Miami, and
I
picked Virginia Tech.
It wasn't on our pick'em list, but how about the K-State Utah game? 51-47, 16 fourth quarter points by the Utes.
That is on our pick'em.
Oh, was
because I picked because I picked Utah to cover the 17.5, and they did not.
No, but they I had them covering that as well, and that was in Salt Lake. And I think what's K-State do with Chris Kleiman? They're 5-6.
Well,
do you just adjust and say this is what we are now?
There's going to be good years, there's going to be bad years.
Yep.
You just gotta live with the decisions you've made and the resources you have.
Yeah.
Bringing in a new coach in that situation is not going to get them any more money.
But that's what I said about Tech back when they got rid of Matt Wells. My contention was who is it do you believe you're going to get that's going to come in here? Well,
so when Cody Campbell's son signs with OU, are we going to get some of that dough? Because he was on an official today.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure Dad's going to make it inducive, enticing for him to be a Red Raider. That's going out on a limb. I realize I'm not a crystal ball guy, but I'll guess he'll be in scarlet and black.
We'll see.
What's his position?
He's an offensive lineman.
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe he met Cooper Hackett on an official visit to Tech, and and they hit it off, and they're going to come to Norton play for Beatonball.
There you go.
Is it Beatonball or Beatonbow?
And then we get the money. Beatonbow.
Beatonbow. Yeah. Then
Beatonbow.
Dad, I want you to funnel half of that.
Billions.
Billions.
We need a north end zone renovation. We got to add those 7,000 seats back somewhere.
All right, so exit question on the OU Sooners, and they, like I said, will host LSU next week. Let me see if I can find a line on that, Jeremy.
They'll be favored, but
nothing that I'm seeing on the score app so far. So whatever, but
it will drop tomorrow.
What do you think about the 2:30 kickoff?
For a home game, it's a good time.
Okay. I don't like it.
To be a night game, but
we talked about this before. I don't like 2:30 kickoffs for some reason now. Maybe it's because I accomplish things way slower in life. It's just all it is just a wasted day for me because I waste the morning and then I waste the evening. So give me 11 o'clock or give me 6:30, one of the two.
I understand because I got home from the game around 3 today, went and did some shopping with the wife and daughter and, had a nice little afternoon.
Yeah.
But the football power index has OU as a 70% chance to win that game.
Yeah. I mean, I winning's one thing. I was just kind of interested in what the So
What you would like to see OU go out and score 30 points.
you'd like to see something of that nature. So, you know, mission accomplished on, just jack slapping fat Andy Bernard today. That was a really nice perk.
Did you listen to Dari Noka when he had him on the ref a couple of days ago?
No, I didn't.
You should listen to it.
And
You
and and
He
in all
is
transparency, go ahead.
huh?
I was gonna say, in all
Oh,
transparency, I need to get 97.3 the score to somehow move away from Dan Patrick's show and be running Dari Noka.
yeah, it's a really good show. I mean, he had Beamer on the week they played South Carolina because he got connections, so he can get these
Oh,
guys
yeah.
on. Well,
He's the
he
guy.
had Drankwitz on, and my God, he is likable,
Don't
and I
say
don't like that. I know. Stop humanizing him, right?
yeah. That
He's
don't work for me.
he's from Norman. He grew up an OU fan. He's very affable. Does a great
He
interview.
grew up
He's
in
very calm.
Norman?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
which I didn't either. And it's like, okay, well,
So what's his history? What's his course of what's his path to where he's at now? Was he start out as a grad assistant somewhere and
I'm sure he did. Let's see. So he was an assistant at Alma High School, Alma, Arkansas.
oh yeah,
That's
because Connor
that's where
knows him.
Connor went to school. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was Springdale High School, and then he was quality control coach at Auburn, then Arkansas State as running back, then OC
Right.
at
So he's
Arkansas
kind of the
State.
modern day Gus Malzahn is what you're saying.
Yeah, then he did a couple years at Boise as a position coach and an offensive coordinator. Then he went to NC State as an OC,
Hmm.
and then Appalachian State as the head coach, and then Missouri.
Okay.
Born April 12th, 1983, in Norman, Oklahoma.
Wonder where he graduated high school or if they stuck around.
Let's see.
I mean, you don't have to look it up. I'm
Personal.
just wondering.
Oh, I'm
Michael
already on
Busso
his
says, I
page.
hate 11 a.m. kickoffs. Leave that for the Eastern time zone. Yeah, I mean, it's not preferable, but we've been conditioned to it, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you went on a
That's
whole
what
rant
we
that I turned into a reel that, you know,
it
about
was,
11 a.m. kickoff.
today was not a prime example of that. For some reason, the stadium was a little sparse right at 11 o'clock,
Really?
but it picked up. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cold. People are wieners.
Yeah.
Get your ass to the game.
In 19 Jeremy, in 1991, I went to a game. It would have been in probably November, and it was OU under Gary Gibbs taking on Kansas State, which I guess that would have been at the early era of the Bill Snyder tenure.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was before Chad May, but those were the days when Gary Gibbs took heat because he, run the ball on first down, run the ball on second down, try to pass for first down on third, right?
Mhm.
And so the snow rolls in right before kickoff, and it's cold. And I didn't drink back then, so I'm sitting there with a friend of mine, and these 4 or 5 dudes are sitting in front of us, and they got all their hunting gear on and stuff, so they're pretty toasty. I was bundled up, but not quite to that level. And they're passing around a flask, and we go, and I just said, "Well, I know what's keeping them warm." So it's halftime. Go downstairs. You get kind of warm up under that east side, the way the east side used to be there. Had a hot
Sure.
chocolate, got a little warmed up. Go back up. It's worse to go up and get cold again.
Oh yeah.
Warm.
Oh yeah.
Terrible idea. So we're sitting there, and those guys are still passing the flask. And one of them leans back to me and goes, "We must be pretty hardcore to be sitting through this for K State." And I said, "Yes, you are, and I'll see you later." And so I get home, and that's enough for me. And I just think about, when was the last time there was snowfall on the ground in Norman for an OU game? I know they played the
Man,
snow at West
that
Virginia.
that TCU game was cold, cold, cold. Where they didn't get the 2-point conversion. Uh, you know, the, anyways,
Yeah.
it was cold, but it didn't snow. And I can't think of a time.
Well,
I
and I
mean,
remember I didn't go to the 2000 OU Texas, but I talked to people that did, and I think even Sports Illustrated wrote it up. It was wet and freezing. I mean, really cold that day, so now it's, you're teetering on the 90s
oh,
nowadays.
I know.
But yet people say climate change isn't real, Jeremy.
Well, it's climate cycling. We're overdue.
It's solar flares.
That's right.
Anyways, hey, we want to thank CCW.
Contrary.
Huh?
Hark.
Do
Hark.
what? They missed you. What'd you say?
Weather changing device, huh?
Okay. Dan Narvis says noon's fine here. That's what I remember as a student, and it worked. So Eastern time zone, go noon. CCW Safe sponsors our program. They are legal self-defense coverage with plans starting as low as $19 a month. Use the link there on the scroll and also in the description of this live stream, and go to CCW Safe if you want support when you are in a self-defense incident. Self-defense coverage that goes beyond the basics, deep expertise and personal care. Trust the team at CCW Safe. I've known two out of the three of the founders for over 30 years, and would trust them myself in a big way. So CCW Safe, legal self-defense coverage. Use the link in the scroll and also in the description, and check them out to get you some coverage. All right, so on our way out here, Jeremy, Pick'em is kind of up in the air for me. If I reach 14 or 15, I'll be pretty happy this week, because it would be about a 70% improvement from what I had last week.
Yeah. I'm just hoping to get to double digits this week.
Is Connor
Not
still leading
no. It's
Will's picks?
yeah, Will's picks.
Okay, that's a buddy of mine that I used to work with. Actually, I've got Connor in the lead as it stands right now, 169 to
Oh, okay.
165 over you. But then Will's picks says 168. So how is he third
I have no
behind
idea.
you?
That's
But
a
I've
good
dropped down to
question.
sixth. I know that. So, anyways, so the Law Dog Sports College Football Pick'em on Yahoo Sports is ongoing, and we will probably end up having to crown Connor Carr our winner, who won the fantasy football last year, but I don't think he's got a shot this year.
Does anybody have a shot?
Yeah, somebody did. Oh, I know who it is, and I won't say it because we lost a longtime supporter last time I brought it up, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay. All right.
So, but yes, we will have a winner, and there will be a $50 gift to that winner. So, football tomorrow, Eagles at the Cowboys. Philadelphia is a 3-point favorite. Man, I have gotten nothing from Saquon Barkley or DK Metcalf this season.
I have got nothing for my entire roster, so
Thunder hosts Portland tomorrow night, 6 p.m. And that one. Did you?
out of
How do you catch Thunder games? And if
well, I'm
it's
usually at
illegal,
work,
don't
so I
say.
don't.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah, you're usually
Well,
at work, aren't you?
I'm usually at work, so
Okay. Well, we
I
had the
don't.
Fubo for a minute before the carriage deal came through with
Uh-huh.
YouTube and ESPN, and I thought about going with Fubo, but you know what turned the tide?
Multi-view.
Multi-view. You called it.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm
I
back on the
mean,
YouTube. We
yeah.
had
I mean,
canceled Hulu,
now
and
I will say this: I wish they would come up with the and maybe somebody needs to coach me through it on how to truly pick the multi-view I want, because when I go through, it doesn't really let me.
it's not that hard.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
maybe you can
you
give me
figure
a
it out.
video call and a tutorial.
I'd have to see your remote, but on mine, I just press down,
Yeah.
down, and then it'll prompt you with change multi-view.
Uh-huh.
Click down,
I've
click
done
on
that,
change
and it doesn't
multi-view,
really let me pick. So I don't know.
change.
I'll keep working on it. Hey,
Yeah.
Shadur Sanders gets the start tomorrow against the Las Vegas Raiders. How's that gonna fly?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't think I watched his highlights, or could you call them highlights? 4 of 16 with an interception last week. Offensive line's bad. I mean, he'll probably be more serviceable this week, but
Well, is Dylan Gabriel
he
hurt, or did they just replace him?
he was concussed in the first half of that game last week when they were ahead
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There
against
it is. Out
Baltimore.
concussion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go in and ball out. That's what you got in you. Hey, here's the thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Here's the thing. I will not hate on Coach Prime. I won't hate on Shadur. I won't hate on Shiloh, but I will hate all day on Dion Jr.
yeah,
Fredo's dead to me.
if he goes out there and plays well, I mean, that's great. I don't think he's going to right away. I hope the kid doesn't fail.
Marty Wandry
But
says, Chuck to YouTube. I can't quit you.
tell me about it, man. That watching games on Hulu was just torture.
I can't quit
There he
you.
is.
There it is.
Wow.
Marty's a great dude. And hey, I want to thank Marty also. I don't know if I got to thank him before on the air, but he sponsored a team a couple of weeks ago for the Clinton Public School Foundation Scramble. And because of his industry, we have to be a little discreet about it, but hey, liquor stores can donate money too.
Yeah.
But we are, we're basically out there golfing, and Kenny McGuire was there with me as well, and then Max Patton from Sayre, and Samaj Johnson, who's a realtor and also works for One Oak there in Clinton. But we had a good time, and we wanted to say a big shout out and thanks to Marty for sponsoring that team. Ricky Rodriguez getting a kick out of me bagging on Dion Jr. Mike Bustos says Georgia Tech's probably going to lose. Yeah, they Haynes King, he's a war horse, but man, you can't expect that every game. You have to have some other facets.
Yeah, they were running him to death in the first quarter. He was
That's
taking
been
big
all
shots.
season.
I know.
Dan
Gonna
Narvis says they
scramble
don't
his poor
always.
brains.
Huh? Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
They're gonna scramble his brain. He's playing
Oh
well now, though.
yeah.
Yeah, 42-28.
Did you, we were talking one time about former A&M quarterbacks that are kind of going other places. I mean, Haynes King having a good run at Georgia Tech, and Connor Wegman down at Houston. I thought Zach Calzada was going to do something decent at Kentucky, but he's really done nothing. Did you see the video he posted with him folding the bills and making it rain or whatever?
Yeah, where is he now?
He's not playing. He's at Kentucky, but he's not. They're
That's right.
not playing him. So, all right.
Well, at least he made some dough.
Lenny Rowland checking in said the comments weren't working, but he figured it out. Thank you, Lenny, for jumping in. And so, anyways, but yeah, Marty with the comment about YouTube, and he's right. I can't even lie, Jeremy. The multi-view has me hooked. I especially on Saturdays.
If OU's not playing, I got 4 games on.
Yeah, yeah. And I gotta say it was fun while we had the Fubo on. I don't know if I should reveal this, but we did a 5-day free trial the 1 week of the Tennessee game on my email, and then we did another 5-day trial on Gina's email for the Alabama game. So anyways, and my wife is a lovely woman, and she loves the kicking contest on College Game Day. And you've never seen it. It was like it was her own kid winning all that money if they win it. She just gets so excited. It's fun. But so we're back on the Disney train, and got ESPN and all that good stuff.
Same.
Yeah. Dan Narva referenced Marty's business first Michigan sighting of Yingling at the Breslin Center, 10.5 16-ounce can. For a 16-ounce can. Yingling's okay. I can do the flight. That lager's not my bag of tea.
I like the lager, but it doesn't like me.
And Lenny Rowland with a tip for everyone. He goes to the gym to watch sports, free sports access on TV. So Lenny directs his funds other places, and I can't blame him for hosting a massive tailgate, sounds like.
Well, we're going to be logging into my YouTube TV on Thursday at Lenny's house so we can watch football.
And Thanksgiving is coming up. So as we get out of here, let's wish everybody a great holiday. Be safe out there. And hey, I want to apologize, Jeremy, because for about the last 8 days, football has been, not college football has not been really a blip on my radar. We did the weekend big show last week. I had a playoff game that night. I had two D2 women's basketball games the next day, and then I had a women's basketball game Wednesday at SWASU. And and then coming back from Broken Bow from the playoff game last night, I just, college football has been on the back burner for me, so I apologize for that. But we did. Maybe I need to do that more often because it's been a nice little 3-game streak for OU.
Well, you need to cleanse your palate with some Tuesday night action. I
Ooh,
don't
yeah.
know who's playing this week, but it's got to be snowing in Ohio, right?
CUSA weekdays, baby.
Yeah.
Weekdays CUSA. That's what it was. All right, let's get on out of here. He's Jeremy Schroeder. I am Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog, and we are the Weekend Big Show College Football Recap. Thank you for tuning in. We sure appreciate you. This is the highest number we've had, Jeremy. 41 is what I show right now. So thank you, everybody.
All right.
Yeah. So and I think most of the times people want to hear about the game or what other people think about the game. So we'll ride it.
Hey, we've got Western Michigan at Eastern Michigan Tuesday night at 6:30 on the Deuce.
Action.
Tuesday night action, baby.
Tuesday night action. All right. Thank you to all of our commenters. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you very much. And we will let you know what it looks like on Black Friday for the Weekend Big Show. Follow us on Facebook at Law Dog Sports, also on YouTube, and also on our Twitter X page at Law Dog Sports. Dan Narvis says, thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Dan. Thank you so much.
Happy Thanksgiving, Dan.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Jeremy. Are you working this week?
I work till Wednesday, then I'll be off for the holiday.
Man, that's a smart move for you because I've said this for years, and you've heard it before. The night before Thanksgiving is the worst night of the calendar year. Nothing good happens the night before Thanksgiving. I speak from a lot of years of experience. So, anyways, be safe out there. Don't text and drive, and sure don't drink and drive. And we'll talk to you next week. Happy Thanksgiving.